In this video, I'm going to explain how you, a Canadian inventor, can get patent pending free without incurring any patent office fees at all, and why it is not in your financial interest to file a provisional patent application at the USPTO and pay the USPTO for that, as so many Canadian inventors do. Hi, my name's Jethro. I'm an inventor, a product designer, and an elite patent specialist who's got about 15 years or more experience drafting, filing, and prosecuting patent applications to grant, mostly here in the UK, but around a dozen or more where I'm co or sole inventor at the USPTO. And I've even also made filings at the Canadian Patent Office and also the Australian Patent Office, etc. So I've got a lot of experience at this. And the key first piece of information I'm going to tell you, which you probably never even knew, is that you are what at Shine we call a Category A country. Canada is a Category A country. That means you are allowed to file at any patent office as your first office of filing. This is different, for example, from American inventors, where the rules are configured so American inventors have to file first at the USPTO, the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Or they have to at least get a foreign filing license and get permission that way. Even that costs them some money. You do not have that, and you might have already known that because so many Canadian inventors, from what I can see, file a provisional patent application if they want to file one, file it at the USPTO. Even for microentity status, at time of speaking, that costs $65. But if you've got your provisional patent application ready to go and you're about to file it at the USPTO, it is in your financial interest to stop and to, in fact, before I explain this, there's new information that's just come in that I've just found out recently, which may even mean that if you're a foreign applicant at the USPTO, which I'm assuming would even include Canadian inventors, you may have to get American representation, so a patent attorney or a registered patent agent to file for you. So that could even incur more fees. If that's you and you heard about that, that could sound like a nightmare if you're someone who's used to filing provisionals at the USPTO. And if that means, and it's a very new rule, I might be wrong about it, but I've just heard about it very recently, that might mean that you're going to have to pay $100 or multiple hundreds of dollars to someone else, a registered US practitioner, to do this. And that might seem like a nightmare until you come into contact with me, because what I'm about to say is if you are going to file in the USPTO and you got your provisional, it would be more in your financial interest to file via the UK Patent Office, the UK Intellectual Property Office, which I'll now refer to probably as just the UK IPO or the UK Patent Office. And if you want the filing, if you want help with the filing being done by us or by myself doing the filing, to use our service, where we charge a very small fee, much smaller than the official filing fee that is charged normally, and get the filing done for you. So you'll save money and the filing will also be done for you. Now you might be saying, this is a bit strange, I'm Canadian, I've heard a lot of Canadian inventors file at the USPTO, file their provisional applications. Should I be doing this? Is it bad? Is it wrong for me to file in the UK? Firstly, no. The rules, if you're in terms of Canada, like I said, is you are able to file at any patent office as your first office of filing. You are not limited to filing in Canada. There is a slight exception in some cases if you're a government employee. Even then, I think there are cases you can do it. But if you're a Canadian government employee, it might be worth contacting CIPO, the Canadian Intellectual Property Office, just to check. But otherwise, you're allowed to file anywhere, including the UK. And the truth is, by filing at the USPTO, filing a provisional and paying the USPTO money, you are effectively foreign filing anyway, because although the US is right next door to you guys, it's still foreign filing because it's not Canada, your home patent office. So if you're going to do foreign filing, instead of paying the USPTO, why not file at a patent office like the United Kingdom, the UK IPO, which does not charge a fee for generating a patent application number, a filing date, etc., and effectively getting patent pending. So that's the main thing I wanted to tell you about, and I also wanted to explain how this works in terms of something called the Paris Convention. This is a relationship or a kind of agreement between almost every country in the world, every country you could really that's important to you in terms of patenting, where if you file at one of the countries, and you'll probably know this from filing your US provisional, as long as if you file in one of the countries, you can then file at any of the other contracting countries, which I think is over 180 countries, as long as you file within 12 months of that first filing, and you can claim priority back to it. So if you go through our system, generates a GB, that's just stands for Great Britain, so United Kingdom, generates a UK application number. If you then go on to file a full Canadian patent application for search and examination, or a USPTO one, which in the US is called a non-provisional patent application. I've been through that process myself many times, just had another patent granted there recently. You can claim priority back to the GB application just like you would a US provisional. Again, the rules are the same. If what you claim in that later full application is supported in the previous filing, in this case the GB application, just as it would be with the US provisional if you filed there, then you can get the benefit of that early filing date. So if you're interested in this, if this makes sense to you in terms of saving time, cost, and money, then please feel free to look down more at the information you see on this webpage and look at the option that makes sense for you. Again, I'll just reiterate, this might seem unusual because you've probably never been told about this information, but the truth is it's opening up an opportunity for you. And given the way the world is going, with everything getting so much more expensive these days, it makes sense for you to use the rules, play by the rules, which is what we're doing, and save, if you can, save $50 here, $100 there, and whatever you can. There are also some benefits to this as well that I quickly wanted to mention. If you go ahead with our system, we'll also, if you want, you also have the option for notifications being sent out. So once your application is filed and you're aboard Shine Enterprise, we have a system where you can get notified. Of course, you'd want to know if your 12-month deadline is getting close. In fact, you might want to take action well before that. So we have the option to set some deadlines to notify you when certain timelines have elapsed. And I think there's also some other bonuses we have aboard Shine Enterprise. So please look on this page if you want to find out more about that. If you're on the official patent pendulator page, then you can see all this information on the page. Please feel free to look down at the information. You'll see it all checks out. You'll probably also see some proof that I put on the page in terms of Google, screen capture of Google confirming this, or maybe even an attorney website screen capture from an Australian attorney website, or an attorney from whatever territory you have searched. If you're watching this on some other site like YouTube or some other site, there should be a link in the description that you can click to go to the official patent pendulator page, and you can again just check that out for yourself. So like I said, if you like the idea of saving money, time and effort, because you're not just going to save money, but also the filing is done for you. And I've done hundreds of filings. This is very simple to do, especially at the UK Patent Office. It's an incredible system, the UK online system, which is very simple. There's really no scope at all to make mistakes. And you'll, of course, the moment it's done, you'll get confirmation that that's all gone through, and you'll be patent pending, and you'll have the option, if you file a full application at various territories, or even a PCT if you want to go more international, if you file that within 12 months, you can claim priority back to the filing that we get done. So if that sounds good to you, please look down at your options below, take the option that makes sense, and I look forward to saving you time, cost, and money, and a bit of effort, and getting you patent pending on your invention.